But I've still been heavily involved in railways, and when the Aln Valley Railway started, well, I thought, here we go again. So that was in 1997. We've had ups and downs, a lot of doubt and Thomases, but we've here today on the 15th of July 2012, and we're not up and running, but at the moment we are in the process of construction, so hopefully we will reach our deadline, which is to reach Alnmouth.
There are well over 100 heritage railways all over the country at various stages of development, from what we'll call the beginnings like this through to maturity where they're actually completed. They all add something to the area they operate in, and really it is for the next generation to sort of see, hey, this is what railways were really like, and this hopefully will be part of that mix. The people who are doing this are passionate. The public just simply wants something fun and interesting, and that's what we would hope to provide them. So the passion is among a few, the general like is among many.
It's a Plusser and Thora ballast tamper, which was very kindly given to us by the NRM, the National Railway Museum. And we're hoping to get it working in the future. It hasn't worked for 25 years, but it's in fairly good condition. Doesn't appear to be too much missing from it, so keeping our fingers crossed we'll have it going.
We've been through all the agony of getting planning permission and leases and lawyers going round and round in circles, and we're last at the stage where we've actually got things on the ground. We've built the engine shed, we've begun to lay track, we've got the public in now looking at the place, and later on, hopefully in about a month or so, we'll have a little bit of rolling stock moving. And that's the beginning of us running the railway.
The rolling stock has mainly been brought into working order by Mick Fennington from Wooler, who has an engineering business. He spent many, many hours, amongst other enthusiasts, have brought all the bodywork up to scratch and rebuilt the van completely, the brake van. In a replica of NER, as an NER brake van, so it's looking absolutely tip-top, and he's done a wonderful job.
Next summer we should really have quite a lot of railway stock on the site, and a good, what called in the trade, a guard's van ride, 250 yards up and down for people to get a flavour of it.
Well, you see, initially we tried to put a whole package together to get bridges and the whole thing into Alnwick, and that was a £5 million project. And we got about half of it together with the European funding, and then the Heritage Lottery failed to match it, therefore it all fell apart again. And really that could have been the end of things, but they were so tenacious that they kept on going and got a little depot at Long Houghton and got little bits made here and there, and now with much lesser funding they've got a base started, and that hopefully will grow other funding as they go along. But it's always a problem with all heritage railways. Getting the money together is important, but it's amazing how they get by.
And then the next big problem we have is breaking out from the site. We have to get down onto the old track bed, and we've got to put quite a lot of material into the old track bed to build up to break onto the break out and onto the old track. And once we've done that, Alnmouth, here we come.
I got the number plates off 615, not known. I got 3 number plates, and here, when this logo was down at Tanfield, when I got to know that it had been preserved, I approached the owner, asked him where the number plates were. He says, I haven't a clue. I said, I know where they are. I said, I've got them. So they came back and back on the logo.
I think there's a lot of people have very happy memories of the Alnwick branch. And the other thing that's changed since 1968 in the line was there's much more feeling that railways are really much more important than used to be thought. So there is potential for commuting and really getting Alnwick back on the transport map, as it were.
Alnwick has a lot of things going for it. It's a lovely little market town. It has the castle, it has the gardens, and it has the bookshop. That's major tourist attractions. If you can add a heritage railway to all that, you really have a family day out, and that's what was always the plan.
As for some of the heritage railways, the railway is the destination. With us, we're part of a very good mix, which will attract everybody. We've got a lot of experienced railway people who are actually helping and find in some ways working on this railway is a lot easier because there aren't quite so many. We still have to be careful about health and safety, but everybody knows everybody else, so it's not quite so heavy-handed. We've got people helping with the civilian works, the civil works for getting the cafes in place and so on. Super Lady has just taken over starting our gardening, and I'm certainly very conscious that we want to have the place looking nice. It's not just coming to look at engines, you want the whole place to look nice, and the gardening is beginning to take off, so that's another nice aspect of it.
But I've never been out of work. Well, actually I was out of work 3 months between Hardy's and starting up at Whittle. And of course the overtime bans and the strike, you know, which I was involved in. But always still had an interest in locomotives.
When you seen this locomotive, can I ask you, was it like seeing an old friend?
Yeah. I was just gobsmacked, you know. Just to see something that you've worked on. 25 years. Although I've been involved going to different galas and things like that. Been involved with the Aln Valley Railway. Been involved with locomotives that used to come through Alnmouth. It's just something. It's in me blood, and you can't help it, you know.